Well, the bulls continue to be in absolute control of this market. Looks like this morning as well, we're going to open in the green. Remember, the Nifty has been holding tight at that 20,000 mark. And the US GDP growth was stronger than expected, so the data has also been looking quite good. But let's get to the top stocks for the day now. Mangalam is joining in first up to tell us why he's tracking Thomas Cook this morning. Mangalam, good morning.
Good morning. So Thomas Cook is in focus as the promoter entity has launched an offer for sale for about 6.8% equity, extendable all the way up to 8.5% equity. As of September, the promoters held about 72% stake in the company. The floor price for this offer for sale is 125 odd rupees, and this is a 21% discount to the previous close price, which was very close to the 52-week high of the stock as well. So to that extent, expect the stock to open in the red. But remember, it will depend on the bids that come in for this offer for sale and the price at which it is discovered. That will, determine the next course of action for the share price. Today, it is for the non-retail shareholders, and tomorrow the window opens up for retail shareholders.
Okay, all right, Mangalam, thanks a lot for that. But there are also a couple of more names you're looking at, Metro Brands as well as Nykaa. Tell us more.
Well, the reason why I'm looking at both Metro Brands as well as Nykaa is because the OG sneaker reseller store, Foot Locker, is coming to India through them. The companies have announced a tie-up with Foot Locker. In that, what happens is that Metro Brands will open all the physical retail stores of Foot Locker and run them under the brand. They will have a licensing agreement for the same. And the e-commerce operations in India for Foot Locker will be handled exclusively by Nykaa. And also, they will sell some of their sneakers on the Nykaa website itself. It is a win-win for all three parties, largely because one, Foot Locker gets a foothold into India, the large growing sneaker market that we're talking about. Metro Brands gets another way to, expand its retail network, whereas Nykaa Fashion as well gets another stream of revenue. However, what we need to understand from, both the companies, and we'll be talking to them shortly, one is the financial agreement between the three parties. The second one, the investment that will be put out in terms of physical stores and the e-commerce running operations. And thirdly, what is the incremental sales that they expect from a deal like this? But, this is a big moment in India's sneaker industry, largely because it was the one that started the sneaker culture, Foot Locker, in the US.
And appropriate, Mangalam, that you should be getting us that news and covering this in great detail, I'm sure.
You can actually, his excitement is so palpable, but I just want to remind him that he has a room full of sneakers. So, yeah. So you don't need any more pairs, Mangalam, really.
There's always room for more improvement and more sneakers. That's what they say.
Mangalam, I thought it was a cupboard full of sneakers, room full. So I upgraded my assessment.
Maybe we can try and clarify that with Sonal. She's also up next, right? Sonal, before you talk about Tata Chem and GHCL, just tell us, it's a room full of sneakers and not a cupboard full, right?
It is a room full of sneakers where my space has been taken away as well. So I would not like to actually add on to that, Sonia, but yes, that's the reality.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that off camera and we'll try and get a solution to that. But Tata Chemicals and GHCL also on your radar today.
Yes, because there's been a price cut in soda ash prices, and that continues to be the case in the industry. Tata Chemicals this time around has cut prices by around 1,000 rupees per ton, which is for soda ash light grade, which is in the domestic markets. And for soda ash dense and the other category, it has been cut by 1,500 rupees per ton. Prices are different for different markets in different geographies as well. But so far in 2023, 20% cut has been seen in soda ash prices so far. Now, there have been talks about oversupply in the global market, something that Tata Chemicals said on its con call as well. There is oversupply which is more than what was expected, and that's why there's a lot of pressure on domestic pricing as well. And that's why Tata Chemicals has gone ahead and cut prices to basically compete with the imported prices that we are seeing in the country right now.
Okay, so thanks very much for that. More stocks with news flow. Vivek has got that list. He's with us here. Vivek, morning.
Well, good morning. Quite a few stocks on the radar on the back of news flow, post-market as yesterday. First on the list is PCBL, and the stock has been a stellar outperformer in the last couple of months. Recent acquisition. Now, one more news update coming in. The company has joined a JV agreement with Australian company Kinaltek. The company would be owning 51% of this particular JV, and the company would be infusing close to $16 million for this particular development itself. Along with that, the company will be infusing another $28 million in stages to go ahead and set up the manufacturing unit for this particular JV. The second stock on our radar, Jupiter Wagons, interesting development over here. The company has gone ahead and launched a QIP to raise funds. Sources tell us that the issue size of this particular QIP is close to 300 crore with an oversubscription option of another 200 crores. The indicative price for this particular issue is 315 rupees a share, indicating a slightly over 7% discount discount to yesterday's closing price. The other stock on our radar, Karur Vysya Bank, the company has received the RBI nod to allow SBI Mutual Fund to acquire up to 9.99% stake in the company. Separately, the company also says that they've gone ahead and opened fresh 4 new branches, 3 in Tamil Nadu and 1 in Karnataka. Both companies, both RR Kabel as well as Ram Ratna Wires, both of these stocks will be open. The Income Tax Department is conducting a search operation at some of the offices of both of these companies. Both companies say, that they are cooperating with the Income Tax Department. At this point of time, business operations continue as usual.
All right, thanks a lot for that. So a lot of stocks in focus this morning. Here's a quick recap in case you missed out on any. Stocks with positive news flow. There is Nykaa, PCBL, Jupiter Wagons, Karur Vysya Bank, Metro Brands, and stocks with negative news flow. Thomas Cook, Tata Chemicals, GHCL, RR Kabel, and Ram Ratna Wires. But let's also get a quick handle on what's happening.